The story of Rome is a tale of ambition, power, and ultimately decline. Rome started small, a humble village in the Italian peninsula around the 8th century BC. Legend tells of Romulus and Remus, twin brothers raised by a she-wolf, with Romulus founding the city. Rome's early days were marked by struggles for survival and dominance in the region. They expanded their influence gradually, incorporating conquered peoples into their growing republic. This pragmatism, combined with a strong military, allowed Rome to assert its dominance over the Italian peninsula. However, the seeds of ambition and the allure of power would later contribute to the republic's downfall. The Roman Republic was a complex and often tumultuous system. It was designed to prevent any one person or group from gaining absolute power. The Senate, composed of elder statesmen, held significant influence, acting as an advisory body and making decisions on matters of governance. The people, through various assemblies, also had a voice, electing officials and voting on laws. This delicate balance between different branches of government, however, was constantly tested. Ambitious generals seeking glory and influence often clashed with the Senate. The expansion of Roman territory brought immense wealth and power, but also corruption and social unrest. The spoils of war enriched a select few, while the common people often bore the brunt of military campaigns and economic hardship. Despite these internal tensions, the Roman Republic continued to expand. Victories against Carthage in the Punic Wars gave Rome control over the western Mediterranean. Further conquests brought Greece, Macedonia, and parts of Asia Minor under Roman rule. This vast empire brought immense wealth and resources to Rome, but it also created new challenges. Governing such a vast and diverse territory strained the Republic's institutions and exacerbated existing social and economic problems. The final century of the Roman Republic was marked by increasing instability and violence. Civil wars erupted as powerful generals vied for control. Among them was Gaius Julius Caesar, a brilliant military strategist and charismatic leader. Caesar's campaigns in Gaul, modern-day France, brought him immense wealth and popularity. His legions were fiercely loyal, and his political ambitions grew. Caesar's rise to power represented a turning point in Roman history. He crossed the Rubicon River with his legions, an act of defiance against the Senate and a declaration of war. This event marked the end of the Republic and the beginning of Rome's transition to an empire. Caesar emerged victorious from the ensuing civil war, assuming the title of dictator for life. Caesar's reign was short-lived. He was assassinated by a group of senators who feared his growing power and saw him as a threat to the republic they cherished. However, the die was cast. Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, later known as Augustus, would consolidate power and become the first Roman emperor, ushering in a new era for Rome. The reign of Augustus inaugurated a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity known as Pax Romana, the Roman peace. For 2 centuries, the Roman Empire experienced relative stability and security. Augustus and his successors established a more centralized and efficient system of government. They reformed the army, stabilized the currency, and invested in infrastructure projects like roads, aqueducts, and public buildings. This period saw a flourishing of Roman culture and intellect. Roman literature, art, and philosophy reached new heights. Writers like Virgil, Horace, and Ovid produced works that celebrated Roman values and explored universal themes of love, loss, and the human condition. Architects and engineers constructed magnificent structures like the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and countless aqueducts and roads that connected the vast empire. Roman law, with its emphasis on justice and fairness, also reached its zenith during this period. The principles of Roman law, codified and refined, would have a lasting impact on legal systems throughout the world. The Pax Romana was a time of great achievement for Rome, a testament to its organizational skills, military might, and cultural sophistication. Beneath the surface of Roman power and prosperity, however, lay the seeds of decline. The very factors that contributed to Rome's rise: military expansion, centralized power, and vast wealth, also sowed the seeds of its eventual downfall. Military overstretch and constant warfare drained Roman resources and manpower. The empire faced increasing pressure from barbarian tribes along its borders. Political corruption and instability became endemic. Emperors, often more concerned with their own power than the welfare of the people, ruled with increasing authoritarianism. Succession crises and civil wars became more frequent, weakening the empire from within. Economic problems also plagued Rome. The vast wealth of the empire was concentrated in the hands of a few, while the majority of the population struggled to make ends meet. Inflation, a result of excessive government spending and debasement of the currency, eroded the purchasing power of ordinary citizens. Trade declined and agriculture, the backbone of the Roman economy, suffered from soil exhaustion and labor shortages. The Roman Empire, once a beacon of power and prosperity, was slowly but surely crumbling from within. The 3rd century AD marked a turning point in Roman history. The crisis of the 3rd century nearly brought the empire to its knees. Generals declared themselves emperor, vying for control. Diocletian and Constantine briefly revived the empire. Constantine moved the capital to Constantinople, dividing the empire. The Western Roman Empire continued its slow decline. In 410 AD, Rome was sacked by the Visigoths. This event sent shockwaves throughout the Roman world. It was a symbolic blow to the heart of the empire. The Western Roman Empire limped on for a few more decades. In 476 AD, Romulus Augustulus was deposed by Odoacer. This marked the formal collapse of the Western Roman Empire. The rise and fall of the Roman Empire is a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful civilizations are not immune to decline. Rome's story offers valuable lessons for our own time. It highlights the importance of good governance, a fair and just legal system, and a strong economy. It also underscores the dangers of excessive wealth inequality, political corruption, and military overstretch. Rome's fate reminds us that civilizations are not static entities. They are constantly evolving, shaped by internal and external forces. Their survival depends on their ability to adapt to changing circumstances, to address internal weaknesses, and to meet external challenges. The echoes of Rome's journey resonate through time, urging us to learn from its triumphs and its failures. The legacy of Rome is complex and multifaceted. It left behind a rich cultural heritage, influencing art, literature, architecture, and law for centuries to come. Its story continues to fascinate and inspire us, reminding us of the enduring power of human ambition, creativity, and the ever-present potential for both greatness and decline.